Welcome to Waves Discovery. Today, we're diving into a wild new discovery in the cosmos, a newly identified exoplanet that sounds more like a nightmare than a potential destination. Imagine a world where magma oceans bubble beneath a turbulent sky filled with supersonic winds, scorching days so intense that the air shimmers. Instead of rain, it's as if a shower of rocks falls from the sky. Welcome to K2141b, a planet that certainly could use a friendlier name. K2141b is an exoplanet, a term that refers to any planet that orbits its own star outside of our solar system. To give you a clearer picture, think of our Earth, which orbits the Sun. This new planet has its own orbit party going on somewhere in the universe, approximately 200 light-years away. The sheer distance may seem daunting, but it's a fascinating glimpse into the diversity of worlds that exist beyond our own. So, what makes K2141b so terrifying? Picture our beautiful blue planet, Earth. Now, imagine that all the volcanoes erupt simultaneously, unleashing torrents of lava that cover the oceans and seas. Picture fiery hurricanes raging thousands of times faster than any wind we experience on Earth, tearing through the atmosphere day and night. And every so often, instead of rain, rocks plummet from the sky, reminiscent of a cosmic game of dodgeball, but with much higher stakes. Thankfully, none of this is happening to us, but this frightening planet made its entrance into our lives about 2 years ago, and scientists are still scrambling to understand its many mysteries. A typical day on K2141b is anything but ordinary. Breathing oxygen. Forget about it. On this extreme planet, the atmosphere is filled with sodium, silicon monoxide, and silicon dioxide. These are not the life-sustaining gases we find on Earth, but rather harsh chemicals that would pose a significant threat to any living organism. And that's just scratching the surface. Who knows what other toxic elements are swirling around in the planet's atmosphere. When it comes to K2141b's surface, get ready for an unending vista of molten magma as far as the eye can see. This fiery planet orbits exceptionally close to its star, resulting in a surface that resembles a raging fireplace. For context, consider Mercury and Venus, the two closest planets to our Sun. K2141b is even closer, making its surface temperature soar to unimaginable heights. In fact, half of K2141b is in perpetual daylight, while the other half remains cloaked in constant night, a phenomenon known as tidal locking. Just like our Moon, one side of K2141b is eternally facing its star, ensuring that the fiery side is blistering hot, filled with lava oceans, while the other side languishes in a state of deep freeze. If the scorching magma doesn't endanger you, you still have the problem of the relentless rains, except on K2141b, it's not rain, it's rocks. While Earth has water that vaporizes and rises to form clouds on this hellish planet, rocks vaporize due to the extreme heat, forming clouds of debris that eventually rain back down. Picture the intensity of winds blowing at speeds up to 3,000 miles per hour, imagine your head being blown off your head at 5 times the speed of an airplane. For comparison, the strongest wind recorded on Earth was during Tropical Cyclone Olivia, which reached 250 miles per hour. Now, multiply that by 12, and you'll begin to grasp the ferocity of the winds on K2141b. Temperatures on this planet can reach a staggering 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. For perspective, the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth was a mere 135 degrees in California, and while the Sahara Desert often reaches extreme temperatures, they fall short of K2141b's fiery extremes. Living in a desert can be a lesson in temperature extremes. During the day, deserts can heat up like an oven, yet at night, they can become frigid, with temperatures plummeting to below freezing. In fact, some deserts have recorded temperatures as low as -40 degrees. You might wonder, then, if it snows in these cold deserts. The answer is yes, but only sparingly due to the lack of water vapor. So, even on the coldest desert nights, you can expect dry, freezing conditions. Interestingly, the Sahara Desert is not the largest desert on Earth. That title goes to Antarctica, encompassing a staggering 5 million square miles of icy dryness, mostly devoid of human life, except for a plethora of adorable penguins. Penguins, in fact, technically live in a desert. Returning to our fiery exoplanet, the night side of K2-141b presents a stark contrast. Here, it's a perpetual realm of darkness and extreme cold, with temperatures plummeting to about -330 degrees Fahrenheit. Combine that with the supersonic winds, and you get a picture of a planet that's incredibly hostile. For reference, Earth's coldest temperature, recorded at a research station in Antarctica, was -130 degrees. So how does this jalapeno pepper of an exoplanet compare to its neighbors in our solar system? Mars, the red planet, may seem like a prime candidate for exploration, but it's far from habitable. While it's often perceived as hot, Mars is mostly frigid, with average temperatures well below freezing. Plus, if you were planning a weekend getaway there, leave the umbrella at home, it hasn't rained in millions of years. However, Mars does share some similarities with Earth, featuring an equator that gets warm and cold poles, just like our planet. Mars isn't the only place where climates are going haywire. Jupiter, with its massive storms, hosts the Great Red Spot, a storm that has raged for over 400 years and is large enough to fit 4 Earths inside it. Yet, even Jupiter's storms pale in comparison to the extreme conditions found on K2-141b. Then there's Venus, known for its acidic rain. Instead of rocks, it rains sulfuric acid, a substance so caustic it can severely burn skin and corrode materials. Venus's atmosphere, laden with carbon dioxide, acts like a greenhouse, trapping heat and leading to incredibly high temperatures, although it lacks the magma oceans that K2-141b possesses. Finally, we arrive at Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun. It lacks an atmosphere altogether, resulting in a world devoid of storms, clouds, and rain. Mercury resembles a dry desert on Earth, with extreme temperature fluctuations from scorching heat during the day to frigid cold at night. In summary, K2-141b embodies the most extreme features of all the planets in our solar system rolled into one terrifying package. However, don't worry, humans aren't packing their bags for a trip to K2-141b anytime soon, especially since we haven't even set foot on Mars yet. Traveling 200 light-years is a daunting task, and our focus is likely to be on closer targets, like establishing a base on the Moon. Why the Moon, you ask? Because it offers a relatively hospitable environment, no magma oceans, manageable winds, and tolerable temperatures. So where do we even start this lunar adventure? The good news is that as drones and remote-controlled robots become increasingly sophisticated, sending them to map out the Moon becomes an affordable option, allowing us to explore while remaining safely on Earth. Ultimately, why do we study these distant planets? Well, much like people, planets are diverse, each with its own story to tell. The more we explore, the better we understand why life, specifically, life like ours on Earth, exists here and not elsewhere. Discoveries of bizarre new planets often lead to innovative ideas, sparking inventions that can improve our daily lives. From scratch-resistant lenses to water filtration systems, many technologies designed for astronauts have transitioned to everyday use, enhancing our quality of life here on Earth. Who knows what future breakthroughs await us as we continue to explore the cosmos? Perhaps one day, the exploration of a far-off planet or star will yield a new energy source or a compound that strengthens our buildings, making them more efficient. With each discovery, we take a step closer to unlocking the mysteries of the universe. Stay curious, and thank you for joining us on this cosmic journey at